feels like you guys, I assume, kind of go back to the drawing board.
Nah, I mean, we hadn't even heard about it yet, so we just practicing the plays. They're still gonna run the plays. It's the system, man.
Yeah.
Like, still gonna run the plays. They got athletes all over the field, Pro Bowlers, all pros everywhere. So they're gonna do what they do, and it's our job to stop it as a defense, and that's really it.
When a team does have a quarterback that now looks like he's not going to go, how does that, aside from having just record what you usually rather, what kind of impact does that have on game prep?
For me, none really. Maybe the backup guys got some different tools or things like that, but they're pretty similar. I think both of them can run. Like Sam is very talented, arm-wise, can run the ball. Brock, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And all the guys I feel like on the roster now, that's kind of like the new age quarterback. So it's not really like their tools are gonna be really different. I think the system is the system, man. I think that guy, their backups are talented enough to go out there and run the system the way Kyle wants it ran. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think we just keep practicing what we're practicing.
What makes this unit turn it up a couple notches in the second half? When you look at second half numbers going back to the start of last year, you guys are at the top of the chart.
I think we just make good adjustments as a team. That's really it. Go in there, we look ourselves in the mirror. At halftime, we're honest with ourselves and come back out and try to do our thing.
Do you feel like you guys get better as the season progresses each year?
Yeah, we would hope so. We don't want to start. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, we hope that we get better when it's time to get going, and the good's going against good, and it's the end of the season, and we're kind of wearing things down and feeling really good. So we would hope that, like, every year we keep getting better. That's our goal.
That's what every team would like to.
Yeah.
But you have shown the ability the last couple of seasons to legitimately do that.
Yeah.
Proving that you can do that. What is it about this team that's allowed you to do that the last couple of seasons?
A lot of talented guys who just sort of selfless and like in it for the fight, for the long haul. They're not out here front running, telling you what we're gonna do every year, this and the third. We're trying to prove it to not only like to everybody else out there, but to ourselves. More importantly, just like we are who we say we are. We put the work in, and we like to go out there and compete and have fun. And when back against the wall, when it's cold outside in the Midwest, and we're playing some good ball.
How tough's McCaffrey?
Special.
Yeah.
Kid's special, man. I guess I wouldn't call him a kid anymore. He's been in the league for forever. Dude's special. He's just a dude. From college to the league to, now he's just doing his thing and at a high rate. He's super efficient with the ball in his hand. He can run any route, run you over, run around you. He's a special back. So, what's there really not to like about Chris McCaffrey?
You talked about the idea of proving it, whether it be to the outside world or to your own self. How important is that to be able to prove yourself, to show what you're able to do?
I think that's important to me, like just as a person. I'll say me personally, just it's how you check your work. It's how you check you are who you are. It's how you go through and cross out your goals, your checklist, any of that stuff. Like if you're not proving something, if you don't have a goal, a standard, you don't stand for something, then you're out here just being a sucker. You're not just like you're doing nothing with your life, and that's crazy. So I've always taken that approach, whether that be training, life, just anything, school, all that stuff. Like it's to prove to me that I can do it. I already got like people out there self-doubting. Doubting that I can do it. I can't self-doubt myself, so now I got to prove it to myself. But I am who I say I am. I am all that stuff that I speak up on myself. How confident I am, and I think as a defense, we all got to pour that. We talk this talk every day. How we want to be this, we want to be that, we want to be that. The only way to do that is go out there, execute, and prove it to yourself that you are all those things that you say.
I guess the reason I ask that is because you do hear some guys say like we ain't got to prove that to nobody.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. I don't think you got to prove it to nobody but yourself. I don't think you owe anybody an explanation. I don't think you owe people this, that, and the third. But proving things is an internal motivation for me. It's not because he said this like that might have added fuel to my fire. But the reason I'm proving this because I've already set a standard of this is who I am. This is who we are as a team. So now we got to go out there and we got to do it. We got to prove it to us that it's more important.
Where's the balance for you in a bye week between like unplugging and trying to rest a little bit versus obviously in the middle of the season you want to stay sharp?
Yeah, I think you take rest like at home, but you still, you're not dialed in as much on watching film during the week, that week of grinding. Like the workouts and like being able to just keep yourself in shape, I think that's still important. So you still go out there and get some work in, but you just got more time at the house, around your family, just to have time, some downtime that you don't get necessarily during the day. You're putting 10, 12-hour days in, you don't necessarily get all that downtime at the house.
I know the timing of the bye week is not something you all have any control over.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it came at the right time for you guys?
I think it came at a good time. We were just getting even. Guys, it's a hard fight. We dug ourselves a little bit of hole, hard fight kind of back. And I think it was good for guys to get those wins and then kind of get a little break, mental break. You feel like you're crunching, just trying to get back to even, get a little mental break, and then be right back in for the long haul.
You talked about meeting with yourself in during the week and then going out with the week and out with the
Yeah.
Does that feel like
It feels like, like you aced the test. It just feels great. You feel confident, like what you did work. And honestly, like even if you don't win those things like that, you're just trying to check off a list of what can I improve, what can I get better, how well did I do at this test, and week to week you're gonna have those tests. Day to day you're gonna have them. So I think that's what it's about. You got to really prepare, compete with yourself on preparation, and the other guys. Somebody out there is competing with that. Hopefully they're not competing with me. They're competing with themselves, and they're trying to be the best version of themselves they can be, and that keeps me sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking that guy's out there trying to be the best he can be, I can be the best I can be. You go out there and get a win, then you feel like, all right, I've done everything I'm supposed to.
We talked to you after the Tennessee game about whether it was the time of possession, the number of points scored, whatever it was. You said most of that stuff went back to missed tackles.
Yeah.
And since that time, do you think that that's something that's improved for you?
I think the last two games we've had less missed tackles, and I think that was the biggest thing. Missed tackles, extra yards. You can't control sometimes when people make a play. It happens. You can limit dumb mistakes, but those guys get paid too. They're professionals. They work hard. They put in work. So sometimes people are going to make a play. But missing tackles is something that is self-control, that you can get done. You know what I'm saying? It's an effort thing.
when obviously you're on the different side of it, when you see that Joe Burrow is starting to feel and look more like himself, what does that do for you guys?
Oh, it feels good, man. Hey, man, he's a special player. He's our quarterback. I want him feeling great. So it feels good for me to go out there and watch him just do his thing, run around, do whatever it is that he got to do, man. Joe's special, and he's got that look in his eye. You can tell when he's feeling himself, so that's always good.